Stephanie, thank you so much for that introduction. And Ellen, thank you for everything you do to help women run, win, and drive change. I'm so deeply honored to receive this recognition and to be with all of you amazing people here tonight. Many of you heard about the moment that got me into statewide politics, being told by a state senator that I was just a mom in tennis shoes who couldn't make a difference. But you may not know why I decided to run for the United States Senate. As Stephanie explained, it was 1992, the year Anita Hill came before Congress to bravely explain that Clarence Thomas sexually harassed her when she worked for him. I, too, remember watching that all-male Senate panel, grilling Anita Hill, and thinking, wow, no one is saying what I would say if I were there, asking what I would ask. I was so mad, I was yelling at the TV, but that wasn't going to fix it. So I decided to run. It was a long shot, a very long shot. And I had a lot to learn, and I knew it would not be easy. One of my fundraisers when I first ran was a yard sale. My whole family, they pitched in, but you know what, we lost money because we gave things away, we handed out chocolate chip cookies. So, you know, I was so willing to do the work, but I didn't have the resources. And then Emily's List got involved. I'll never forget realizing so many people, women and few good men, were there with me. It kept me going all the way to the United States Senate. So thank you, Emily's List, for being with me from the start. Today, it's so inspiring to see so many women looking around and saying, where's my voice? I've got to do something about this. Well, one thing I know for sure, you can. When I got to the Capitol, having 6 women senators was a groundbreaking record. It was so bad, there wasn't even a woman's bathroom anywhere near the United States Senate floor. So we had to fix that, and a lot more has changed too. But a lot hasn't. It is still true that as a woman, whether you are making change in your community, or running for office, or finding your way around the Senate, someone is more than likely going to tell you something like, you're just a mom in tennis shoes. So let me share a few lessons I've learned. First, take the risk of speaking up. You deserve to be heard, and so does everyone else who is quietly thinking the same thing as you. And don't be afraid to do things you never thought you could do. Look at them as adventures. I never saw myself doing debates or speaking on the Senate floor, but I have, and you can too. Second, stand with each other. You know, there's that saying, behind every great man is a great woman. The truth, behind every strong woman is a whole lot of other strong women. I've seen it in my first days in the Senate when Barbara Mikulski of Maryland showed me the ropes. I've seen it in our bipartisan Women's Senate dinners where we talk about how we can make change together. And I see it in the millions of women who marched the day after President Trump's inauguration and laid the groundwork for so much activism to come. So when you want to get something done, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. No one accomplishes anything by themselves. And you know, you can do more than you ever imagined with other strong people, especially women, at your side. Third, important, Stand up to bullies. People have often told me I wasn't up to some challenge. You can't win as a woman. Call yourself Pat. I sure didn't take that advice, and I'm here. There's no way Democrats can take back the Senate in 2012. Well, we did, and under my leadership, we brought in Senators Warren and Baldwin and Heitkamp and Arona to Congress. You can't get a budget deal with Paul Ryan that's good for middle-class families. I did. Democrats can't stop Republicans from taking away families' health care. Well, we have stopped them again and again, and we keep doing it. So don't let naysayers stop you, and don't let loud stop you either. You know, more often than not, that loud person, well, let's be honest, that loud man who's talking over you or interrupting you is hiding the fact that he doesn't know the facts. So blow past it and stay focused, which brings me to my final point, and it is the most important. I know I just talked about standing up to bullies, and we've got our hands full there. But while standing against Donald Trump and his agenda is critical, it is not the whole game. We need to be clear, not just about what we are fighting against, but what we are fighting for. What we want the world to look like for our kids and our grandkids. And that's why tonight I also want to talk to you about freedom. Today, the word freedom has too often been contorted to justify giving someone at the top more power. Employers who want to control women's health care decisions. Huge corporations who want to rig our elections. Businesses who turn a blind eye to communities they have left behind when they cater only to Wall Street investors. Well, you know what? We need to take the word freedom back. I know who we need to empower today: regular Americans who want the ability to achieve the American dream. We need to stand for freedom for children and women and workers and families. Freedom to go to school to learn rather than to do active shooter drills. Freedom to go to college without crushing student debt. Freedom to make your own choices about your own body without the Trump administration's women's health expert Mike Pence getting involved. Freedom to walk into a job interview or just down the street without thinking the way you look or who you love could count against you. Freedom to hold your employer accountable for harassment rather than staying silent. Freedom to be able to afford the health care you need and know your children are breathing clean air and drinking clean water because their lives matter more than a corporation's bottom line. Freedom to stay in and be treated fairly in the only nation you have ever called home. We are greater when these are the ideals freedom means in our country, because when more of us have these freedoms, more of us can speak out for ourselves and for each other, just like I was able to, and just like so many incredible women are doing now. Look, I don't need to tell this group to keep fighting or work harder than ever, because I know you will. But you know, November 2016 did ask us as a country a question. What will we be in 10 years, in 20? And so I challenge you to speak up and stand for a country that listens to and respects all its people. A country that knows it is greatest when we have freedom to be who and what we want to be. And one that lifts up not just the select few, but all of us. That's how we will win. That's how we will make the change we all so badly want to see. And I am so proud that women are leading the way. Thank you.